up, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch my video. Appreciate it, as always. So today I have a real talk for you guys. Basically, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about a bunch of different things, as I kind of always do in these videos. I don't really plan out what I'm going to say. I just kind of say, hey, look, here are things that are on my mind and stuff like that. I went to a mod. Oh, by the way, I just want to say before I get started, really sorry about videos not being like as consistent this past week. I had a crazy week. On Thursday I went to come home and I played EDH night. So that was really cool. And then on Friday I had Comic-Con, which was awesome. It took me a very long time to make myself green. It was very interesting. I cosplayed as Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a lot of fun. And then on Saturday I had actually filmed a video with my best friend Justin. We filmed the Modern Affinity deck, which let me know if you guys want more of my friends and stuff like that to come into my videos. I really want to film a video with Zane, my boyfriend. I really want him to be like, yeah, let's film a video together and stuff. That'd be really cool. And then what did I do on Sunday? Oh, Sunday I went to the Modern event, which I'm going to talk to you guys about, so it was a crazy weekend. So I've had time to film now. So basically, I went to a Modern event on, yesterday. It was another IQ. I went to another IQ, the week before for Modern, and then I played, Modern on Saturday night. And I am very frustrated with this deck at this point, Bloom Titan, because literally, like, look at my past videos about Bloom. I was like raving about it. I was like, this is the best deck in Modern and all this great stuff. And I've come to this point where I'm very frustrated with this deck because it's very inconsistent. My friend that we went to this IQ with, he top 8'd. He got first place, actually. I'm really happy for him. He got, you know, he's also playing Bloom Titan, playing Hive Mind and stuff like that, and he knows what he's doing. He plays this deck very well. And I'm really happy for him. And yesterday was absolutely miserable because we played 5 rounds of Swiss and I had every single bad matchup possible. First and second round, I both played against the Mirror, so that was a lot of fun. First round I played against him, our friend who got into the top 8, who got first place. Then I played against Zane, my boyfriend. We're all playing Bloom Titans. That was great. Third round, I played against Affinity. I have a really bad Affinity matchup. Fourth and fifth round, I played against Splinter Twin. Oh my gosh, it was just the greatest day for, like, every bad matchup. And, like, I completely understand that happens, but I was just kind of like, I just turned to Zane at one point. I was like, I'm taking apart Bloom. He's like, oh, okay, why? And I was like, because it's inconsistent. And I was like, it's blooming off. There's really nothing quite like it. Casting a Primeval Titan on, like, turn 2 or turn 3, and then they just can't deal with it. But it doesn't get there all the time, and a lot of people, when they talk about Bloom, and they think that that happens all the time, and that it's not the reality at all. And, I even got off Bloom at one point playing against, one of the twin decks, and then the twin deck just says, boom, Splinter Twin, and I win. And it's just like, there's nothing I can do about that. And, I had Blood Moon being used against me, and yeah, that card's really bad. I mean, I couldn't really cast anything, and I had a Seal of Primordium out, which, given I could have blown up the Blood Moon, but then I was like, well, I can't deal with that because you are gonna put a Splinter Twin and I'm gonna die. So, it was really frustrating, and, I will say that as a Magic player, when I lose and stuff, it's like, yeah, I'm, like, annoyed, and I'm frustrated and stuff, and, I'm still a very, like, I would say, like, calm and collected person, but yesterday after, like, the third round, I did not shake my opponent's hands, I did not introduce myself, I did not say good game. Like, if I don't do that, that is, like, something is wrong. Because I really try to be, like, even if I'm in a bad mood, like, I should be like, hey man, what's up, I'm Tracy, nice to meet you, you know, how you doing, like, whatever. I always do that, and I didn't, like, the past, like, couple rounds, I just didn't do it, because I was lacking, like, so much motivation. I was considering dropping from the tournament because I was just so annoyed, and it's really frustrating when, like, your friends are doing really well and you're not. That's, like, something that is a really difficult thing when you go to tournaments with people, when you play with your friends, and you guys can't really bask in the excitement. Like, when I top 8'd the PPTQ back in, July, like, I was, like, really, it was weird talking to, like, my friends, because I went with my best friends Paul and Justin didn't do well, and then Paul didn't do well either, and, like, I was that awkward person who was doing really well, and I was kind of like, I don't want to, like, talk about me winning, because, like, it's gonna make you guys uncomfortable, and I don't want to rub it in your face. Like, I'm not that person to do that at all, so it's like, you know, I was in a really weird spot there. And I was thinking about the whole thing about like blaming it on the fact of, well, you know, I just had bad matchups. And I feel like that sounds like such a stupid and lazy excuse. Like, yeah, how did you do today? Why didn't you win? Well, because I played against my bad matchups. And I keep thinking about this this really awesome article by one of my favorite pro players, Jadine Cloud Parents. It's called Magical Reasoning You Shouldn't Use. It's on Star City Games, and she's great. I met with her. I played against her before. She's great. And she basically writes in the article like excuses that you use in Magic. People use in Magic that they shouldn't because they're like lazy excuses and stuff like that. And I feel like saying I have bad matchups is a lazy excuse, but at the same time it's very reasonable. And I think that if someone ever said to me like, oh, you played against this? Like, yeah, of course you lost. You know what I mean? And, like, there's a very, very slim chance when you have a bad matchup that you're not going to win. For example, like, in Bloom has a really difficult, what's a bad matchup? Merfolk is a really bad matchup. Like, Saturday night when I played and I saw the guys playing Merfolk, I was like, I'm gonna lose. Like, I just knew. I was like, I'm not going to win. There's a very, very bad chance that I'm going to. Like, I went to a friend who got top 8 actually played against an Infect deck last week and he won. And he says to the guy afterwards, he's like, yeah, I actually have a really difficult Infect matchup. So things like that can happen and you can absolutely still win even if you are not in favor of that matchup. But for the most part, a lot of that stuff is just really decided. Like, you know, if you have a really bad time against control and they just control counter everything, you're probably not gonna win. It's like that's like the reality of it. So that's just something that's really frustrating. And so I was thinking about it and I don't actually know if I announced it in a video, but I took apart my Black White Tokens deck, which I had been planning. I had been playing that for a while. Even before I made it modern, I was playing tokens for a very long time, for like 2.5, oh my gosh, was it like 3 years? I feel like it was like, I was playing the deck for like 3.5 years, something like that. It was a very long time. And so I had that and then I took it apart actually like a couple of days ago. Like before I came home for this weekend, I took it apart and I was like, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss this deck like a lot. And it was my first modern deck. It was, you know, I top 8 at the PPTQ with that deck and like I loved it. And I got rid of my fetch lands with the deck. Actually, funny, I traded away my fetch lands to get Mutavaults for Merfolk and then I decided the next day not to build Merfolk. So now I have Mutavault sitting in my binder and I don't know what to do with them, so I gotta find someone who wants them to trade, because it's like an $18 card and I have a playset, so that's a lot of fun. So anyways, so I was thinking about what I want to do, because I'm going to a Magic tournament on Sunday. I need a Magic deck, and I'm not playing Bloom Titan, and I was like, well, I need to play something, and the only other deck I have right now is Black White Tokens, and I mean, given, I actually probably could have asked Zane to borrow his Abzan deck, but I was so frustrated last night that I, like, didn't even think about it until afterwards. Like, yeah, yesterday, like, we were coming back from the tournament, and I was like, can I go back to your place? Because I just don't want to, like, deal with anyone, and he was like, yeah, there's gonna be people over. And, like, thankfully, like, by the time I got there, like, no one was there, which was really good, and, we only hung out for a little bit because he just, like, didn't get sleep the past couple nights, but, we just hung out and stuff because it was just so, like, mad. Okay, yeah, back to Black White Tokens. So, I don't have any other decks right now at the moment. I am pretty close to finishing up with Elves. I just need to get the rest of the cards and I need to finish constructing my sideboard. And I also want to build some sort of control deck. I'm looking right now at straight black, blue. And I'm kind of taking, like, elements of, like, blue-white control and Grixis control and Sultai control, and then I'm kind of mixing them all together and then coming out with this. And the deck is pretty sweet so far. It runs, like I said, a mixture of a couple of those things, so I just gotta figure out, like, what exactly I want to do with the rest of the deck. It's gonna be revolved around the graveyard. It's running Tasigur and Vendilion Click, and Thought Scour, and, like, things like that, so. And then the hand disruption cards, Thoughtseize and Inquisition of Kozilek. So I gotta kind of figure out, like, what exactly I'm gonna do with that. You know, I have the deck mostly scoped out. It's on my tapped out if you want to check it out, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing with the deck. I don't know if I'm gonna splash red for Terminate and Lightning Bolt and things like that, or if I want to splash green for things, but I just don't want to run Tarmogoyf. Like, if I run green in it, I don't know what it is, I just don't want to run it. I just feel like it has a really awkward synergy with a lot of the other graveyard things in the deck. I really want to run Gurmag Angler, so yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll see what I want to do with the deck. And like, I really love black-white tokens, however, I don't know if it's necessarily the deck that I want to be playing right now, and I feel like I need to have a deck to play because I'm going to this event, I'm probably going to be going to GP Pittsburgh, I need a deck to play, I have no idea what deck I'm going to play, and like, that's really not good, and like, I really hope to finish Elves before then, I just gotta figure that out and get all the pieces for it and stuff. I'm just really not trying to spend direct money, I'm trying to do this stuff through trades and things like that because I spent a lot of money on Bloom Titan, and if I'm going to take it apart, I want to get the full money that I, you know, pretty much paid for it, so that's really important. The only thing I'm going to be keeping out of that deck are the Cavern of Souls, because I need those for, Elves, and that's good because I need 4, and I have 2 now, which is great, because I had 1 in the main and 1 on the side. I'm actually going to let my friend borrow it, who actually also plays Bloom Titan, and, he doesn't have Cavern of Souls, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to trade him away my Azusa, because I think he needs 2 for the deck and he only has 1. So yeah, like, I posted about this on Facebook, you know, I post a lot about Magic on my Facebook, and I had a lot of people who were like, why are you taking apart Bloom? And I was like, it's just too inconsistent, and, you know, I had a bunch of people who were like, oh wow, it's really cool that you're putting together black-white tokens again, because a lot of my friends really liked my deck, really liked black-white tokens, and, you know, I am changing up the deck a little bit from when I had it previously. Like I said, I'm actually not running the 4 fetches anymore, which, yes, are important in the terms of thinning the deck. In terms of getting colors, it's not really, like, I'm only running 2 colors, and that's not really the huge thing. It's mainly because I just have so many white symbols and so little, like, black symbols that it's like, you know, it's not really a huge deal. So I changed up the deck a little bit. I actually bumped it up to 22 lands in the deck instead of my original 20. And, you know, if you've built a lot of Magic decks before, the mana base is really important. Getting your colors and, you know, making sure you can do things on turn 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, things like that, you know, making sure everything flows there. I bumped it up to another Windburst Kites, which I was only running 2 before. I'm actually throwing a Swamp in the deck instead of it being a Plains, just for security reasons, so that if I need to, I can turn 1, you know, because other than that, like, if I wanted to turn 1 Thoughtseize or Inquisition, I would pretty much need to have, a shock land, because Isolated Chapels come in tapped, so, you know, I was thinking about, you know, running other dual lands, I'm not really sure, potentially the Pain lands, I don't know how I feel about those, but yeah, I gotta see, this is what it's gonna be for now. Like I said, I can't really make too many changes to the deck, because, you know, realistically, I just can't at this moment with, you know, going to card stores and picking up cards and things like that. So it's, you know, it's what it's going to be. It'll be linked down below, but you can check it out on my Tapped Out. But I also got another Thoughtseize for the deck, so I'm running 6 Hand Disruption spells, and I'm running 4 Path to Exile, so I have very nice amount of removal. And that was another thing with Bloom that didn't have removal. And even if you're playing Hive Mind, you have 1 Slaughter Pact and 2 Pact Negations. I was going from playing 9 to playing 3. I'm sorry, I was going from playing 9 to playing none. I had no removal in my deck whatsoever. And that bothered me. Like, that was the thing that bothered me a lot. And that's something that's very interesting for me about Elves, is that I don't have removal in Elves, and I don't know how I feel about that, because you don't have room to run removal in the deck, because you just have all of your dudes. You just have all your Elves and stuff like that, so I don't know how I'm gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna feel more comfortable with Elves simply because I actually have played Elves for a while too. I had just a very casual deck, but it did exactly as Elves do now. You know, it puts out a lot of Elves and it buffs them, like that's pretty much it. So I know I can, you know, pilot that deck because I've done it before. And that's the thing, is like, I felt very comfortable with Bloom, but at the same time, it's a very risky deck to play. It's a very hard deck, and it requires a lot of practice and a lot of thought, and, you know, you have to consider a lot. You have to consider, do they have a Tech Edge in their deck? Do they have a Ghost Quarter in their deck? Is it going to affect paying for my Pact? Things like that. You have to think about all those sort of things, and it's a lot to consider, and I feel like I mastered a good percentage of it, and I still was not the best Bloom player that there ever was. I mean, it's just, like, I wasn't playing the deck for that long, but yeah, I'm gonna take apart the deck. Maybe I'm acting like I'm jumping, you know, a little bit too fast with it and saying, like, I'm gonna take apart this deck because I played against every bad matchup, but I mean, also going to the IQ last week and not doing well, and then also playing on Saturday night and not doing well, and not drawing well at all. Like, one game that I played yesterday, I had to mull to 5. I think I had, like, oh my gosh, I think I had, like, 4 lands in my hand and a Hornet Queen. That was an awful hand to keep. First hand I pitched away, I don't remember what it was. It was decent, but it wasn't that keepable. And then I mulled to 6 and I had no lands, so that was a lot of fun. And then I mulled to 5 and I had the Hornet Queen and 4 lands, and I was like, I'm not gonna win this game. Like, there's just no way. So that was great. And you know, sometimes you just don't draw well and stuff, and you know, it's whatever. But I don't know. I'm just tired of not winning, and like that sounds really like me being like, I just want to win all the time. It's like not it. I just want to like do better, and like, you know, I'm not doing it with Bloom Titan, so. No, it's really unfortunate, because again, if you talked to me like a couple days ago, I was like, yeah, Bloom's the best. Oh gosh, it's still a really good deck. I don't want people to think that it's not. Like I said, my friend who just literally top 8'd the PPTQ, IQ with it, and then you have Zane who also played it, who like, I don't even remember when he went, but he didn't get into the top 8, so it just happens. It just really does, but I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Black-White tokens for a bit until I finish Elves, and then, you know, build some sort of control deck in the future. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the pieces of Bloom, because, like I said, I'm willing to get rid of everything in the deck, except for the Cavern, so, there you guys, that's it. Let me know if you guys have ever been, like, really frustrated with the deck, what did you do? Did you set it to the side? Did you, like, take it apart? You know, whatever. So, yeah. Alright, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day/night, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye!